Hey guys, so this is video 2 for Suite in B flat major. Again, this is a clarinet thing. I am preparing my student for solo ensemble, which it is a contest for him. This is for movement 2. I know I told you this is a fast piece, but I actually took the liberty of listening to more than one video, and they all seem to be a little bit slow, which is fine, which is nothing wrong with that because it says allegro brillante. So they kind of wanted to be, briskly, but they don't want it to be too fast. Like they don't want that's too fast. They want it to be more like a they want it to be kind of slow. Not too fast, not too slow, so you should be able to pick this up pretty quickly. So I already gave you a sneak peek of what it's supposed to sound like. So let me start at the beginning then. If I make a mistake, not a big deal. Again, I am taking the repeat, unless the piano player says, don't worry about the repeat, we don't need the repeat. But we are going to take the repeat for me, okay? So I'm going to play the beginning. If you guys hear singing, or if you hear singing, it's because I'm at work right now during the day, because I do work Saturdays too, and my student had canceled, so I figured I'd make your video now instead of having to wait till after work. So yeah, so this is what I do, guys, whenever you guys are not around. I either practice, which I haven't practiced this as much because I've been teaching mostly piano and singing, because last year that's literally like what I did was practice my clarinet, and I already performed, which if any of you guys have not seen my video and or new and want to watch me perform, you can go and watch me on Tamu CC's Department of Music, and just look for a video that has my name, which is Alicia Lozano. Anyways, so back to this movement 2. I'm gonna play movement 2, and then I'm gonna help you figure out how to fix it, what fingers I used, what you can use, because I wrote on your music and I told you certain fingerings, but I'm starting to kind of go back and forth on it because I'm like, but you could do this. So but I have figured out some of them, so the rest will be up to how you feel and like how you think will be easier for you, because we want this to sound easy. We don't want it to sound hard. If it sounds hard, then it feels like you're doing too much work. If it sounds easy, then you put in the work already. You made it sound easy. So I'm going to start at the beginning, and I am doing the repeat. Again, if I make a mistake, I am sight reading. I didn't practice this like a bunch or anything like that because I went to the movies yesterday, so I was like, yes, I'm going to the movies finally. It's been since last year since I went to the movies, because me and my husband are very cautious. We don't really go anywhere except at home and our family, and that's it. Well, for me and work. So anyways, I'm gonna start at the beginning. Again, if it's too loud, turn down your headphones so that way you're not like blasting in the ear. So ready? I'm gonna start at the beginning. Oh, I'm going too slow. My bad. back to measure 19. My bad. I will repeat. That's C sharp. Even me, as a teacher, I still make mistakes too. You notice I'm making a few mistakes. Let me pretend like we are at the repeat again. Okay, cool. Anyways, again, I did make some mistakes. This is not a big deal. It's just I haven't played it, and so it's not like, oh my god, I gotta learn this for a concert. No. So anyways, so we're gonna go over a few things. So you're probably wondering why in 13 it doesn't sound right. 13, there's a misprint. It has an F sharp at the beginning of measure 13, so I want you to make that correction. It's not an F sharp, it's an A. So you're going to be making, you're gonna put above that F sharp, you're gonna put a line and a circle, which should look like a half note, and cross out that F sharp. Let me show you. Where is it at? Right there. So you should be making an A there. It's supposed to be an A. And so, otherwise, unless your teacher says no, but I'm telling you it's an A. And it's gonna sound better that way too. So it's an A. In the beginning, I used my right hand for B, and then I used the right hand for C because we're going D, G, F, B flat, B flat, D, G, F, B, A, D, C, because your hand's already here, C, B, and then all you gotta do is close this finger here. You don't need to do this. There's no need. C, B, G, A, F, sharp, G, A, G, and you just keep this here because for what? G, A, G, F, G, and you're gonna take a breath. Da 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 da. So you're gonna use this finger on that B on measure 5. G, B, G, D, B, G, A, B, A, D, A, F, sharp, A, F, G, B, G, E, A, E, F sharp, A, F sharp, D, F sharp, D. And then it's G, A, B, G, A, B. So here, this is the part where I'm kind of like, I use this one, so I'm going to show you measure 7. It works both ways. It doesn't have to specifically be the right hand. I told you the right hand because that's what I'm comfortable with, but then I realized I was like, oh, I could have used the left. So I'm going to show you both ways, and you're going to decide which one is better for you, okay? So on the right hand, on measure 7, you're going to play G, A, B, C sharp, and you're going to stop at C sharp, okay? Because it's going to help you determine whether you want to go left or right. So this is 7. This is the way I played it. So you see what I did? Now, you don't have to do that. You could do it this way. So I kind of was like, that could have been easy too. So you could do it this way too. So you could use the left hand B. So if you use C sharp on the right hand, it'll be the one on the bottom right here. If you do it my way, you can do it that way too. They both work. So it just depends on what you're more comfortable with, what you want. So if you decide you don't want to do the right hand on, because I wrote it on your music, if you don't want to do the right hand on B, on measure 7, and the left hand on C on measure 8, measure 8, then switch them. It's okay. I'm not going to get upset. I just realized that we could have been doing that. But either one works. So they both work. It depends on how you feel about your fingers. Also, I made a mistake on measure 9. Oh, wait, or is it still 8? No, measure 8. Oh, yeah, okay. So I made a mistake on measure 8. So, because we already said the left hand for C sharp, right? For the first one, not the second, not the second or third. The C sharp needs to be on the right hand for the second and the third one. So when you go to the B, after we go, it needs to be left B, so that way you can go here, C sharp, and then D. See what I did? I'm going to do it again. Because, you could do it the other way, which is what I did originally. It still worked, but when we were moving fast, because when I tried to play it fast, I was like, let me try the other way. So when I tried the other way, I was like, oh, that's faster. I was like, oh, it was supposed to be the right hand. Yeah, it's supposed to be left, right, not right, left. So that was my mistake. Not the first C sharp. That first C sharp's up to you, which is what I was saying. I used the left. That's what I wrote. That one can stay on the left hand, and then you go back to B, C sharp, D, or you can still keep it in the right hand. They both work. So I'm going to play measure 7 and 8, so you can hear, or you can hear and see that they both work. It's just making sure to use the right hand for the end part of measure 8. So I'm going to start measure 7. That was with me using left and right. Now I'm going to do it the way I did it before. See, they both work. You just got to pick one. You can't, you got to pick one and you got to practice. You have to play around with it. So anyways, let's keep going. So, okay, so here's where I was telling you about the A part. This is why it's supposed to be an A, which is measure 13. Because if you notice in the beginning, it's going da 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 da. If you listen to it, it wants to keep going up, 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 up. It feels weird if it's an F at the end because it feels like it didn't go anywhere. Because if I'm going to play it with both ways, I'm going to play with the F and then I'm going to play with the A. So that way you can be like, oh, that makes sense. Because it really does. I'm telling you that it was really weird. I was like, okay, I got to listen to other recordings to make sure that that's correct. And yeah, it was an A. It's not an F. It's supposed to be, it's not an F sharp, it's an A. So I'm going to play measure 9. Starting with the triplets. Triplet, triplet, one. Now I'm not going to include the D, okay? So I'm going to start with the triplets. Oh, one more thing. That B on measure 9, then you know that needs to be the right hand. So you need to put an R on top. Everything I'm telling you, you should be marking in your music. So if you don't have a pencil in front of you, pause this video right now and get one. I'll wait. Okay, I'm assuming you got your pencil. So if you did it and I see your music and when you come back and you didn't put the changes, I'm gonna make you do it. Don't make me be a bad guy. I really don't want to. If you couldn't tell so far, I'm pretty chill. And I even here at Musicians Academy at my work, even my students who are 4 years old, dude, 4 years old and older, who are like, some of them depending on the adult, some of them are in their 50s, some of them are in their 60s. And some of them are like in their early 20s, late 30s, early 30s, whatever. You know, even they mark in their music because they know. I will check and I will make sure. So please, I hope you're writing in your music. I hope you're watching these videos. Because if I see that you're not watching them, you better be ready for me on Monday. Because I'm telling you. Anyways, all right, cool. So anyways, I'm gonna play at measure 9. You need to make sure it's a right hand. So I'm going to play that part. And so that's how it should sound. It should sound like it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, and it's gone. So we got to make, I know I do a lot of sports references. Some of my students know. Anyways, it needs to feel like it's leading somewhere and then all of a sudden, psych. Because after we get to that A, so it's kind of like it went out. I'm also love baseball and football, so if you don't understand some of the things I'm saying, sorry, dude. But anyways, it's got to feel like it's gone, and then all of a sudden, all these kids are running for that ball because they know that they have to have it. I know because I used to do it too. So after you get to that part, I'm going to play measure 12 so that way you can see what I mean. So, so you see what I mean? Like, because they're trying to get that ball. So it needs to feel like that. And you see, I'm not playing this too fast. It doesn't need to be like, because there was one video that did play it a little too fast, and I was like, no, it shouldn't feel like that. So it shouldn't feel like this. That's too fast. You don't need that. Just play it slow, take it steady, be relaxed. So anyways, before I keep going, we're going to talk about your triplets with, your triplets. Excuse me. When you play your triplets, it's going to feel like you're going to fumble your fingers. Don't let it happen. So we're going to start, and I'm going to show you how. We're going to start with measure 5. Dun, 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 dun. So we are going to make, that's why I told you to keep your right hand down when it comes to anything with a G or B or an A, or A flat, B flat. You want to keep your right hand down because if we have to end up going to a higher octave or a higher range, we got to be sure to be able to move there a little bit quickly, because if you do this, you see what I mean? It doesn't look right, and you're clicking. I don't like clicking. I got that habit. I got the habit of not liking clicks because of my professor. Anytime I clicked, he would get really upset. He'd be like, click again, click one more time. So and be like, oh no. And so that's why sometimes like I would oil my keys to see if it would stop clicking. It doesn't. It helps a little, but it's more of a, if you oil it too much, it gets too greasy and then it gets too loose, and we don't want that. We want it to still have some structure. Anyways, so we're gonna start with measure 5. So it's G, B, G. So G, B, G. So when this pinky goes down, this needs to go at the same time. G, B, G, G, B, G, G, B, G. So make sure that when you're going over these things that they're landing, these notes, they land at the same time. And then if you can do it 3 times in a row without making a fumble or a blip, because blips sound like this. Da ba ba da ba ba da, or blip blip blip. I'm trying to see if I can do a blip. Oh. You hear that? The blah 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 blah. Anything that sounds like a galloping horse, that's incorrect. We don't want a galloping horse. There are pieces that we want a galloping horse, which is pretty cool. Yeah, we still have time. Cool. All right. We want da 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 da. So G B G D G B D D B G D B G, and look, watch D. And look, do we need all these fingers? Yeah, B. And look, we need a G. Do we need to lift anything else? No, just these 4. So you're literally switch, down, switch. D, B, G. Because we want to make sure that they bounce in the right way. We'll talk about the staccatos in a little bit, okay? So now it needs to be slur, dun, 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 dun. What's next to it? So now you know how measure 5 works. Measure 6. So A. So we don't need to move this finger after the G. We're going A, D, A, D, A, D, A. See how I'm not moving my right hand? A, D, A, slide down, pinch, slide down, pinch, slide down. And the reason why I say pinch is because we are pinching this. A lot of my students like to do this, and sometimes you like to do it too. We don't want that because we take too long. And look, I'm already missing that E. We don't want to miss. We want to pinch E, pinch E, pinch E. Also, this goes for any clarinet player that's watching. We're not washing clothes. Watching. Any clarinet player that's watching, please don't do this. This is an oboe thing. We do not do that for clarinet. I am an oboe player too. But I'm more. This is my instrument that I know the most. Where it comes to when it comes to playing, I've been playing oboe for 8 years now. And I need to start getting reads and practicing more because I'm sure my professor, who's an oboe player, would be like, "You're not practicing that." I need to, and I need to start making more reads. Anyways, off topic. Yes, that is a big no. We do not do that because if we do this when we get here, look, we miss what our target is. So we want to always hover. Always hover. I know it was a mistake I used to have about the hovering thing, except mine wasn't this. Mine would be like this. We don't do this either because look, yes, we get our target, but it takes too long. It's the same thing with the fingers up here. We don't want to do this because look, we miss our target still. We always want to keep our fingers very close to the holes. If you lift a little bit, like I'm lifting a little bit more than I usually do, but if you do that, that's okay. It's not a big deal. But if we do this or this or this, I used to do this when I would get, whenever I would play. I don't do it as much anymore. Sometimes this hand will try. I have to control myself. But yeah, we don't want that to end up, you see, look, my right hand wants to do it. But we don't want them to be away from the holes. We need them close as possible. So try to keep your hands as close to your holes and over the holes. Thumb, don't do that. That's incorrect. So, anyways, A, D, A. So that way when you go A, D, A, you have an F sharp. All you gotta do is flip down. A, F sharp, A, F sharp, A, F sharp, A, F sharp. So A, D, A. Yeah, sorry, my bad. A, D, A, F sharp, A, F sharp. Here, that A, when you get from F sharp to A, you don't need the right hand. You don't need to go F sharp, A, F sharp. You don't need to do that because we're moving pretty quickly. It's not necessary. So when you play it, it should look like this. And so I'm going to play measure 5 and 6. See what I do with my right hand? I'm going to do it one more time, just in case you missed it. One more again. I hate recording myself with clarinet. It's really weird, but sorry, I gotta do it. You do it one more time for me for good luck. See what I mean? The right hand will help you and save so much time with your left hand. Anyways, you gotta practice everything little by little. I'm not going to show you all of it because it's not necessary, because I just showed you pieces of how to break them up. So go by groups, little by little, dun 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 dun, next group, dun 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 dun, put them together, so on and so forth. Just like I did only measure 5, I got it right, put them together, go to measure 6, I got it right, put 5 and 6 together, so on and so forth. Put them back and forth. I know this seems like really annoying and you're like, no, I don't want to do it, but it's gonna help you in the long run, especially with this piece, because you haven't played this one as much as your first movement, and we really need to get that second movement, because the first movement is not long enough to get judged. You have to play part 2. You have to play movement 2. If you had movement 3, I would have asked you which one's better, the second movement or the third movement. But you only had 1 and 2, so that's why I'm like, okay, we gotta go based off that. You're not doing a bad job, so don't think that you're like, I suck. You don't. It's just, it takes time, it takes practice, and you have to find the time. 15 minutes. I didn't say an hour. I didn't say 30 minutes. I said 15 minutes. If I said, 30 minutes, I would have told you, hey, 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes after school. Or 15 minutes, after school, another 15 minutes before bed. It's not a big deal. 15 minutes. I'm sure your parents will tell you, hey, you're competing? Go practice. What are you doing? I know what y'all are doing. Y'all are playing video games. You're watching TV. Maybe you're doing chores. You'd think that I didn't find time to practice? I had to find time to practice, especially as a college student. I had to practice 4 hours a day. I still have to practice 4 hours a day sometimes. If I don't, my embouchure hurts, and like right now, that's why I'm practicing now, because my embouchure hurts a little bit because I haven't been using my muscles. Anyways, sorry, my bad. Anyways, make sure anything that goes dun 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 dun, break them up in groups. Really quick, because you're probably wondering where that comes from. You'll see a little infinity sign next to the A. That infinity sign is like a trill, except it's more than one trill. It's going. So it goes up, 1, down, down, up, down, 1, up, down, down, 1. So we want that. It's called a turn. So that's why it's saying when we say turn, we're saying like, oh, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. It's a big infinity turn. And so you would go da 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 da. If you can't do that, don't worry about it. I'm not going to tell you you have to do it. I'm just showing you that that's how I did it. That's what a turn is. There is a retardando. I didn't do it, but it doesn't mean you don't do it. So make sure that retardando gets used. If you're wondering what's a retardando, it's next to the fortissimo, and it means to slow down, which it should sound like if I play measure 15. That's what it's supposed to sound like. I'm going to do it again one more time. Yeah. Oh, it's a G, not bad. So yeah, I slowed down. That's now needs to fill. And fortissimo means really loud, so it needs to come out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You just gotta make sure to do the repeat. Make sure you do the dynamics in there. I didn't do it too much. My other phone thinks I was talking to it. But yeah, make sure that you get these fingers down. Do it slow. You saw I didn't play it too fast, right? It's not like it's not as fast as you think. It's all triplet eighth notes. Dun 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 dun. It's all slow. There was one more left right thing I forgot to tell you. Measure 15, that B to C sharp, it's left, right. So the first B, the next C sharp, G, and then C sharp again with your right. So it needs to be right hand C sharps, left hand B. Left hand B. So left, right, G, right. So it needs to be that. Everything else, good to go. So anyways, I will talk to you later. Hopefully see you Monday. Hopefully see you Tuesday. Before school in a practice room somewhere. So I hope that you will show up, ask questions, please practice, and mark in your music. I will be checking. So because I gave you my YouTube channel for a reason. I wouldn't have just given it to you. So I need you to practice this. Anyways, I will see you later. Bye.